at the rodeo?
You know what? I met George in 1983 at Oklahoma City at the state fair. Coming out the back gate, and he said, George Strait would like to meet you. Would you meet him? I said, yeah, I'd love to. And so I still got my picket string around my neck, around my deal, and I handed my horse to somebody. People's all around this bus, and he goes in there, and George is sitting over by himself in that bus waiting to play. And we connected that night, and from then on, and he come back to the finals in '84 and played up there Saturday night at the old Will Rogers Coliseum. And they'd moved to downtown for the NFR, and shoot that night. He gets through playing, and we go over, and this guy opens that cowboy club up, just me and him and his band, 8 or 10 of us. We sit there till daylight. Then he get this bus drove, and I went and got a room. I'd go to Mexico the next day.
Yeah. My dad told me a story, and he was young, high school kid. He was born in 1969, so he couldn't have been that old. He went over there to an hour from San Angelo, and he just went to some concert. Just was hanging out, just like, I have friends going to some concert. Years later, he's like, I mean, that was George Strait. But when he went to the concert, just a few hundred people. It wasn't like what it was when he blew up.
He won't play now less than 60,000.
You see that deal at Kyle Field? He
Pardon me?
Kyle Field? Him and
100 United world's record.
Yes, sir.
More than the Rolling Stones,
yes,
Central
sir.
Park, more than the Beatles.
World record.
The world's record.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Parker McCollum.
I spent 11 New Year's Eves with him. Exactly 11.
What was that like?
I bet that didn't suck.
He played at America. It's not the American Airlines. Is something back then. It was in Dallas. We went over there 10 years in a row, right there. Mm-hmm.
I bet that didn't suck.
Yeah, we had fun. After the finals, I'd fly down there to his ranch, and then after Christmas, and then he'd play New Year's Eve, so we'd down there roped 2 or 3 days, and I'd ride with him on the bus, and then Sherry'd meet me over here and pick us up. And we had fun together. I mean, lots of fun. He took me to the Kentucky Derby, and he's done so much for me.
So Vegas, I mean, what did you go to concerts after the rodeo? What'd you do?
How big was Elvis during that time? That was
before
Elvis played that year.
That's what I'm saying.
The year that I roped at the Astrodome.
Really?
Yeah,
in the 80s,
I watch
70s.
all them entertainers. That's where I got to see them. Yeah, hell, Charlie Daniels, he become a real good friend of mine. I mean, a great friend. And it's like George. I mean, George's one of the best friends I ever had. But you get to see all them guys, and I mean, hell, they're human. They're just playing. You know what I mean? Kenny Rogers over at Jackson, Mississippi, playing in the arena out there, walking around. You get to see them all. I mean, you've been to Saxon. They got, certain places, they got state fairs, they always had entertainers.
Wow. And back then, a lot of times you rope at a rodeo and then you hang out for a couple of days. I mean,
or a day, or
yeah,
it's according to who was playing, and I want to go. Yeah, I'd like to go see them concerts, see who was playing.
I mean, gambling. I mean, obviously that whoever's roping, y'all was gambling all the time. Hey, 1,000, whoever wins. But gambling in the stands, I feel like back then was way bigger than it is now.
It was huge, hundreds of thousands of dollars.
I'm just telling you, you couldn't get a bet. Jim Bob, they would bet. Jim Bob's guys down there, they bet everything they could. Anybody that take any bets.
Because at Angelo now, you go by and they're little bets, who knows? But
50, 100.
I remember Betty Hardiman, he was over here, Justin, great guy, but he's buddies with Ernie Taylor. He said, you let me rope down here, you let me rope Jim Bob, I'll bring an armored truck. I'll have 50,000 in it. I'll have Texas Rangers meet us from the Red River to San Angelo, make sure we don't get robbed. Ernie was a cop and had that cigar. Oh, Gene Newman told him we ain't inviting him no more.